Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Healthcare Spotlight webinar. My name is Lindsay Brown. I am Head of Products here at World Education, and I'll be your host today. First off, I want to thank you all for joining me today. In this webinar, I want to introduce you to our healthcare product line and provide some insights into the career training available and the features and benefits of these programs that make our offerings superior. Healthcare occupations have continued for many years to be one of the only industries to not only continue to grow, but do so at an unprecedented rate. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they projected continued growth of 15% over the next decade, creating around 2.4 million new jobs. That's awesome, right? But what does it mean to us in education? The growth means more demand for qualified, educated job applicants. In 2020, we conducted a survey of our largest healthcare employer partners who take on our graduates as externs and often eventually employees. The survey confirmed employers are putting a higher focus on skills over educational achievement and level. Employers are shifting their requirements to the occupational certifications that demonstrate skill level. The BLS also confirms this with a recent article outlining an increase in occupations requiring a post-secondary certificate. So now that we have all seen the demand for trained candidates and the desire for those with certificates, let's look at the World Education Healthcare Catalog and what it offers. We offer over 100 healthcare career training programs ranging from clinical occupations such as assisting, medical, dental, and veterinary, to administrative positions such as medical billing and medical coding. All of our healthcare career training programs offer some fabulous features and benefits. Okay, so maybe I'm biased, but they're pretty awesome. The first is our included basic curriculum, medical terminology and anatomy and physiology. Seems like common sense, right? But you will actually find that many healthcare certificate programs do not include these basic skills. Many list them as prerequisites. This means your learners must already have the skills or take additional courses first before they can start the path to their desired career. With our programs, anyone is eligible, and those that already have experience and knowledge in these areas can test out and jump right into the core curriculum. Next is our exceptional development and delivery methodology. We believe career training should be engaging and fun, not exhausting and boring. To achieve this, we've developed our programs with a mix of formats, including reading material, video lectures, procedure videos, interactive activities and games, knowledge check-ins, and section assessments. You will see the top left image on the screen is a capture of one of the crossword puzzle games within our veterinary assistant program. Thanks to our unique mix of learning styles, our programs hold one of the highest retention and completion rates, which I'll show off a little bit later. Another key feature of our healthcare programs is our included virtual simulations and practice software. These really set our programs apart from the crowd because they provide learners a safe, fun environment to practice the skills they are learning in an interactive video game-like style. On the screen, you can see 3 stills from our clinical medical assistant, pharmacy technician, and dental assistant simulations. I'll give you a better sneak peek into these sims in just a bit. Also, as I mentioned earlier, healthcare employers are more and more focused on applicants holding the occupational certifications to validate their skill level. With our healthcare career training programs, we include any relevant industry-recognized national certifications needed for learners to be the most attractive and qualified job candidate. In the 2020 employer survey we completed, there was one common hurdle that was brought up over and over: soft skills. Almost every employer we surveyed indicated the graduates we sent to them were wonderfully skilled in the clinical or administrative skills required for the job, but they were lacking in many of the soft skills they needed to truly be successful. In response to this, last year we introduced expanded soft skills training and a soft skills simulation to our healthcare programs. I will talk deeper about this in a moment, but this training includes soft skills such as communication, problem solving, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. The last feature of our healthcare programs I want to highlight today is our continued initiative to deliver the most cutting-edge, current, and relevant training available. In pursuit of this, we developed and launched additional curriculum for our healthcare programs last year to address the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. We all know the COVID-19 pandemic affected everyone across the world, but it had a profound impact on the healthcare industry and especially healthcare professionals. Many new protocols, regulations, and guidelines have been implemented by the CDC and the World Health Organization in response to this disease. This makes it imperative that new graduates entering the healthcare workforce are fully aware and trained in these new procedures. Our new curriculum addresses the new infection prevention and office protocols, the testing and vaccination procedures, and the new coding regulations and guidelines for medical billing and coding. In addition, we are very proud to add our mental health training to this new curriculum. Working within the healthcare field can be extremely stressful both physically and mentally. Trust me, I know. I worked in the healthcare field for 12 years before moving to education. Learners are given tools and techniques for maintaining a physical health, but what about mental health? I would bet that everyone here today has at least heard or read about a healthcare professional's struggle with mental health during this pandemic. Because of this impact, we have added to our healthcare programs mental health training that provides personal tools and tips such as using meditation, the importance of nutrition, and how sleep can affect your mental stress. The training also provides support tools and tips for peers, such as how to help diffuse and deal with a traumatic event, how to recognize and identify symptoms of mental stress, and how to find and use the resources available both locally and nationally. We believe that with this additional training, graduates of our programs will be better prepared to step into these stressful jobs and hopefully even help their fellow peers better handle these trying times. Now that I've talked your ear off about the features and benefits of our programs, let's take a quick peek at two of our most demanded programs. First is our flagship training program, Medical Assistant. It's available in both clinical and administrative. As I mentioned earlier, these programs feature interactive activities and games, as well as knowledge checks and assessments. For example, the image in the top right corner is of a matching activity within our clinical medical assistant program. Also, as discussed, these programs include clinical and soft skills simulations, as well as procedure videos that demonstrate for students how to properly perform the procedures they were taught. You can see an example from our MA program playing in the bottom right corner. I'm often asked, how do you train someone clinical procedures online? The answer is simple. You provide them with step-by-step instructions, then you have a real-life professional show them exactly how to do it. That is what these procedure videos do. With these, learners move into their clinical externship with confidence in their knowledge and ability. I also mentioned earlier we include the certifications for our programs, and the MA program is no different. We include the NCCA accredited exam from NHA. Just a quick side note brag, World Education's 2020 graduates won us the highest NHA pass rate across the nation for the CCMA exam at an outstanding 94%, when their national average pass rate is only 80%. The last special feature I want to mention on this program is the 100% unique to World Ed specialized training curriculum. We offer over a dozen specialty add-on courses with our MA program. They will provide learners with specialized training in areas such as obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics, and emergency care. With these options, graduates are better positioned to pursue employment in the specialty field of their choice. The second program I want to highlight today is our pharmacy technician program. Like all of our programs, it has the same interactivity and assessments, as well as practice pharmacy software and simulation. The image in the top right corner is a capture from the real-world pharmacy software included, where learners use real software found in retail and community pharmacies to practice tasks they may be asked to perform on the job. Also included in this curriculum are real-life testimonials and lectures from past graduates currently working in the field. The video playing in the bottom right corner is one of these videos. Emma is currently working in a hospital pharmacy after graduating and obtaining her PTCB certification. The last feature of note on this program is the standalone math calculations course we developed and launched last year. The math portion of the certification exam is the most difficult section, but it also accounts for the largest percentage of the exam. You can see from the statistics here that the national average pass rate for just the math portion of the exam is only 64%. To better equip graduates of our program for the exam, as well as the workforce, we created the additional math calculations course to ensure learners did not struggle in this area. As a result, our pass rate for 2020 came in at 81%, almost 20% higher than that national average. As I mentioned, World Education partners with many different accrediting and certifying agencies to ensure learners are receiving the very best training and the certifications most desired by employers. Now I want to take a quick peek into the simulations I have been going on and on about. First up is our clinical and administrative simulations. These sims test the learner's comprehension of the skills covered in the curriculum in a fun and engaging way, making them feel like they are playing a game while also learning and determining any areas they may need to go back and review. The top video playing is an example of me using the dental assistant simulation. Now I warn you, I don't know much about dentistry, except that I hate going, so I didn't do so well. But a learner taking our training program is able to use the sim to see patient case studies, complete radiography and charting exercises, and even see the handouts they may provide to patients. The bottom video is an example of one of the clinical scenarios found in our medical assistant simulation. In this scenario, the learner has been instructed by a physician to perform an ECG on this patient. The learner must complete the correct steps to perform the ECG as well as interact with the patient. This includes placing electrodes in the correct position. These simulations help bridge the gap between the comprehensive online training and the clinical externship, better preparing learners to take that first step into their externship without fear and anxiety. The other training and simulation I mentioned was for soft skills. This unique training in SIM really helps ensure graduates are fully ready to enter the workforce, not only as technically qualified, but as all-around superior employees. The training covers topics such as communication, not just verbal, but nonverbal and written, teamwork, problem solving, conflict resolution, and professionalism. Learners are then given example situations they may encounter in the workforce and are asked to select the correct responses and decisions. One situation in the sim is an angry patient who has had to wait due to the doctor falling behind. The learner is presented with goals to achieve and then responds to the patient's complaint. They must select the correct responses to achieve the goals assigned. When they make a decision, whether correct or not, they receive feedback on why that was the correct or incorrect answer, further enforcing their training. Once they complete the training and simulation, they receive a certificate that showcases their soft skills. This sets them apart in job pursuits and gives them an advantage. We're almost done with my bragging, I promise. But here are just a few statistics I wanted to share. In the chart on the left, you will see our 2020 retention, completion, externship placement, and employment rates in comparison to the national rates for 2020. Also, to ensure the best possible learner experience, we survey graduates of our programs on their overall experience with our curriculum and content. The pie graph in the top right corner shows the star rating for our 2020 surveys, and below it are a few testimonials we received from graduates. To close out, I wanted to talk a little bit about the funding options. Our programs are eligible for a multitude of different third-party funding programs, as well as the World Ed offered interest-free financing. We work with different funding programs, including workforce funding, MyCAA, military funding, and Voc Rehab. If you're not already working with different funding programs for these great career training programs, contact your account manager to learn how to submit these programs for funding or to learn more about the interest-free financing that World Education offers. The last thing I wanted to mention today is marketing. The World Ed marketing team is working on brand new marketing collateral, such as the dental assistant flyer shown here, that you can brand and distribute to help engage with your communities and drive awareness to these amazing programs. We also offer increased revenue opportunities for partner engagement and co-branded marketing campaigns and efforts. If you have any questions or you would like some help better positioning these healthcare programs, please reach out to our marketing team. They are ready to help you boost your awareness and help you drive revenue to your school or business. Just want to say thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and learned something new. If you would like to ask any questions, please feel free to send them over to your account manager and we'll be happy to answer them directly.